Before I begin the shiur, I would like to say Refuah Shlema to daughter Devorah Bat Zina Zilpan, Refuah Shlema for the Nefesh, for the group. This lady, I'll tell you, it's a big miracle why I'm here today. A few hours ago, I did not know I would be here today. But why am I here today? Because when my wife had 3, 4 times, actually 5 times, we had babies in the hospital, with the same nurse. She should have been in different rooms and in different times. She knew Rav Akilov was here. She changed her night cycle to day cycle to night, just to be with us, to deliver our baby and stay with us. Once, there was serious delivery. It came to the point that doctor kicked me out of the room. And I'm standing in the hallway, crying. I cannot hold myself. I said, listen, who knows what they did to my wife, you know? My child, my wife, what's going on? And I started panicking. This lady came outside. She stood near me. I was crying, she was crying with me. She said, I promise you, don't worry. We had these cases many times within the month, and all made it. Your wife will make it. Don't worry about it. Your baby also will make it. You'll be fine. She calmed me down. 20 minutes later, it was a big open miracle, and Baruch Hashem, the mother and the baby were saved. We're good. And of course, I owe a lot of Hakarat Tov to this Eshet Chayal woman, and Be'ezrat Hashem tomorrow, she's going to have second procedure, and they should hear only good news. Okay, Be'ezrat Hashem, I want to give you advice, guys. My father used to tell me, my father was a genius man, Zechron Yivracha. Your parents, grandparents, everyone sitting here, Bukhara and Jew, they knew my father. My father was a genius. He would say, my son, if you think you know something, you want to say 2 words, you're going to hear back 4. You better not say those 2 words. If you're quiet, there's shalom bayit, there's peace everywhere. If you say 2 words, you're going to hear 4 back. So therefore, the first step on Pesach is Petach, clean your mouth. If you look at letter Pei, inside hold is letter Bet. Through the pen, through the mouth, you could see if person's bite, bet, is clean or not. Through your mouth, you could see, his house is clean or not. Before I start speaking, I know this video goes everywhere, and I would like to say I'm sorry. Maybe within the year, I said something wrong to somebody, because Pesach is Tikkun HaPeh. It's a day to clean your mouth. Pesach, Pesach, speak, mouth speaking. We were slaves to Paro, Pera, Benma. Cleaning is Pesach, mouth talking Torah. Clean your mouth. So with this, I would like to begin. Before that, I see a lot of secrets here today. I only give you one bracha, if you give me permission. The bracha is, my father used to say, when you go to Leila Seder, you are marrying to matzah. You will never be able to put matzah in your mouth unless you say, Sheva brachot. You say Sheva brachot, only then you can put matzah in your mouth. What's the brachot? First is Borei Peragefet. Second is Mekadesh Shalva Zamanim. And the third one is Shechianu. Right? Then you say Ha'adamah. Karpas. And then you say Natilat Yadayim. Then Amot Selechem Minarz. And Al Achilat Matzah. As you make 7 blessings to eat the matzah, Be'ezrat Hashem, you should be having Sheva Brachot within this year, and all the rabbis, if you have one more chair, including Rabbi Akilov, to be invited to your chuppah, Be'ezrat Hashem. Now let's speak a little bit Hagaddah. I have exactly how many minutes left? 17, 18? 18, okay. Listen carefully. One rabbi, by boat, 7-8 months traveling, he came to Israel. It was 200 years ago. As he stepped on the land of Yaffo, he looked at one Israeli guy and said, Ma shlomcha, how are you? The guy said, Hakol baseder. He said, everything is good. He said, stop, what did you say? He said, Hakol baseder, everything is good. He said, nah, you don't know what he said. So what should I mean? He said, Hakol, your whole entire year will be decided baseder, the way you're sitting on the Lela Seder, on the Seder night. If you're sitting on the Lela Seder with Kiddusha and Tahara, your year will be like this, the way your Seder was. So I give you bracha, your seder should be in high level, Be'ezrat Hashem, to bring all the Kedusha and Tahara. Remember, I spoke today about 2 words and 4 words today, yeah? Be careful how the way you speak. There was a guy, he was cleaning for Pesach with his wife, and they finished cleaning, so now his wife is standing right in front of him. So she said to him, Abraham, you think we're done cleaning for Pesach? He said, yes, all the chametz is gone. Like one big piece of chametz standing in front of me. So he's trying to poke her with words. She said, yeah, you're right, 20 years ago my father sold his chametz to a goy. He called her chametz, she called him a goy. You want to be ready for Pesach? Don't be smart to say some words that poke someone. Be smart not to say those words. Then you're ready for Pesach. Now, how do you call that plate that we prepare? What's the name of that plate? Ke'ara, right? If you look at Ke'ara, Kuf Ayin Resh Hey. What's the next thing after Kuf Resh? After Ayin Pei, after Resh Shin, after Hey Vav? Shofar. The next letter after Ke'ara is Shofar. The way Shofar cleans person's averot and uplifts him into different level, the same, the plate, single plate of Leila Seder picks you up in different level. How many matzot we put on the Ke'ara? How many matzot? 3. Why? Me, my mother, my Ochimo. Why 3? Guys, why are you sleeping on me? Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Cohen, Levi, and Israel. Why Levi? Why do we break the middle one? Why from Levi? Levi never did sin on the golden calf. They never bowed down the golden calf. Why Yitzchak? Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov break middle matzah. Why break from Yitzchak Avinu? Because Yitzchak Avinu was the one who was debating with Hashem. He says, you know what? If you would say already 12 years Jewish nation sin, 6 on you, 6 on me. Take half and half, and take the Jewish nation. And so on. Then we put down the Ke'ara, eggs. Why do we put eggs? To remember Korban Chagiga. Then we put Zeroah, shank bone, right? Why do we put that? To remember Korban Pesach. Then we put Charoset. Why put Charoset? To remember the man, our fathers worked. And then we put Karpas. I would like to take 5 minutes with you to speak what is Karpas. Why is it called Karpas? You should know one thing. If you pray 3 times a day, 4 times on Shabbat, and you learn Torah all day, but because of $50, you argue with your brother, everything doesn't worth a penny. The whole Pesach, the whole suffering, until today that we cry is because brothers sold Yosef. Yosef HaTzadik, he was beautiful, he was smart, he was intelligent, he knew the whole Torah, he spent the most time with his father, and then he saw dreams, and then brothers couldn't handle him, and they sold him because of his coat. What's the name of that coat? Kappa, Ketonet, Pasim, Karpas. Chida says because they sold him because of his garment, what they did, they start dipping garment into blood. So what do? We dip into the salt water. Why do we cry till today? Because brothers fought. And then what happened? They sold him to Egypt. Who he became there? He became a king. Yosef became a king. Do you know, because Yosef ended up in Egypt, Yaakov Avinu was taken to Egypt. Yaakov Avinu would never leave Eretz Israel. Because Yosef was dragged into Egypt, Yaakov Avinu came to Egypt. So now we were forced to come to Egypt. And this is how we became slaves. Why? Because brothers were not peaceful. When you argue with your brother, it's not only you arguing with your brother, your kids arguing with their cousins, your grandchildren arguing with their second cousins, and the world is corrupted. Why? Because 2 brothers couldn't solve the issue on time. So what we learn from Leila Seder? Learn how to give in. And you should know one thing. On Pesach night, Hashem takes 1,820 great chief angels, and Hashem says, I'm coming with you to my children's house. Come with me, and I'll show you how they praise me. I want to ask you a simple question before we continue. Where in the whole tefillah, starting from Modeh Ani, finishing Aleinu Leshabeach, where does Hashem every day, 3 times, Shacharit, Mincha, Arvit, Hashem takes all the angels and says, come with me, I'll show you how my children serve me. Where it happens? Which tefillah? Yes. Shema Israel. Thank you. Almost there. Nishmat Kol Chai. You have Shacharit Necharit Nishmat Kol Chai? I forgot. Shabbat. Very good. Yes. One more. Let me tell you guys, you will never believe it. Aleinu Leshabeach. In Aleinu Leshabeach, Hashem says, what do you think? My nation bowed down to the idols? Come over here, I'll show you how they bow to me. V'anachnu mishtachavim lifnei melech malchei malachim. According to one opinion in Zohar, Hashem forgives all the sins from that person. Whoever says Aleinu Leshabeach. Therefore, our rabbis say, don't say Aleinu in the middle of the road. Say Aleinu in the shul and they'll leave the shul. Very important to finish Aleinu and then you come out from the shul. Okay, let's continue. What Karpas stands for? Karpas stands for helping another Jew. Guys, you like to learn something deep? I should just go from the roof and jump around. We'll go something deep, yeah? You give me permission?
Yes.
I'll give you something very deep. Karpas stands for help another Jew. Help another friend. Give a phone call to someone. Listen, did you get round matzah? If no, let me give it to you. Round matzah. Everyone should have handmade matzah. Round. And I've machine matzah, but Hashem at a different level. Try to make sure all your friends have it. Now look what happens with Karpas. Karpas, how much gimatria? I see a lot of tzaddikim sitting over here. Karpas, 20 resh, 200, 220 pay, 80, 300 samechis, 60, 360. Karpas stands for 360. You know what the Arizal says? He says that is the letter Shin. Shin, Yud, Nun. Shin is 300, Yud is 10, Nun is 50, 360. What letter Shin? How much letter Shin itself? 300. That are 300 kids that Paro killed daily in order to take bath on their blood. So 1 second. What Shin, Yud, Nun stands for? Arizal says Shem, Hashem, Nikra. Hashem's name is written. According to Zohar, there's only one mitzvah you do. It stays on your forehead, that first letter of that mitzvah. Let's say you put candles, right, on Shabbat. You light candles? How do you say candle in Hebrew? Ner. Letter Nun is standing on you. When you make challah on Shabbat, letter Chet is standing on your forehead. When you put tefillin, letter Tav is standing on your forehead. For how long? Until you do next mitzvah. Until you do next mitzvah, it stays. Next mitzvah, that letter disappears, different comes. But when you give tzedakah, that writes, not only the letter tzadi, writes Yud Kei Vav Kei on your forehead, Hashem's 4 letters on your forehead, and it stays forever. Why? Me giving tzedakah is different than any other mitzvah. Because when you give tzedakah, you take a coin. Coin is letter Yud. How many fingers you have? 5. That's letter Hey. When you extend your hand, you make letter Vav. And you give to 5 fingers of a poor guy, that is letter Hey. Yud Kei Vav Kei. When you give to the guy, stays with you forever. Why when I dip into Karpas, I have to remember that. Because when Jewish nation were leaving Egypt, they were supporting each other from their heavy loads they took from Egyptians. They said, no, let me support you. As they were supporting each other, Hashem said, this is what caused you to come out. Because by brothers, they argued. And here, you're supporting, you fixed it. Now let's continue further. When you come on Friday night, home, you have to come and smile. Everyone worked hard. When you give smile, that was, it gives happiness. So then you start Kadesh. First you do Kiddush. You start Kiddush, you're taking a cup of wine in your hands. Your wine is ready. Make sure you have beautiful cups that you dipped into the mikvah. Beautiful cups, minimum 3.5 ounces. Everyone has to have his own cup. And then, before you start Kiddush, you look at everyone, have kavanah, and everyone should have kavanah on you, and you start Kiddush. When we start this week, Yom HaShishi L'Echul HaShamayim, Yud Kei Vav Kei, right? Ele Moadei, Salve Malaman, Borei Pri HaGefen. You look inside the wine. Why do you have to look inside the wine? Gemara says every time you put big star in the middle of the road, your eye loses 1 power. Altogether, there are 500 powers. Men can get it back only Friday nights, when we make Kiddush, or holidays. But women, when they light 2 candles, they look at the candles, they get 500 powers back. Why? Because 1 candle in Hebrew is there. Nun is 200, Nun is 50, Resh is 200, 250. So as soon as a woman gets married, she puts 2 candles, 250, 250, 500, right at 500, because woman has 200 252 organs. Men 248, 252, 500. When she puts 2 candles, she gives full Kiddusha to her and to her husband and the whole house with children and grandchildren, grandchildren. Kiddusha goes everywhere. They be protected. By her lighting, she gets that Kiddusha. And now, when man looks inside Glory Paragraph, and then he continues to include Shabbat, Mekadesh Shalom Zamanim, and then stop for a second. You want to have guarantee from this Pesach until next Pesach, your life, it's simple. You don't need to work hard. You just have to stand like this and think how many things you went through the year, almost car accident, almost you would fall down from 2nd floor, and then you tripped over there, and then you fell over there, and almost this and that, and the hospital, and the doctor. And you say, Baruch Atah Hashem, blessed are you Hashem. Elokeinu melech haolam, שהחיינו, וכי עמנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. You say in your heart, thank you Hashem that you let me live until this point. Hashem says, you say thank you to reach to this point, I give you bracha that we will meet with you next year at this moment. So you get guaranteed to live another year. Don't forget to say thank you during the Shechiah. And then you sit down, you become police officer. Means lean on the left side. Leaning on the left side, people think I have to be tapadach. Let me show it to you. I'll show it to you how nice today. It doesn't mean this, okay? When you lean on the left side, you just lean like this. That's all. You don't need to go deeper into that. Lean on the left side. Or if you have somebody near you, you prepare your spot on the center. Man leans on man. Woman leans on woman. Boy leans on a boy. If there's no back of the chair. If there's back of the chair, just turn, put back of the chair. But don't do it to yourself because this is sign of mourning, avelut. That's wrong. You do on something or on someone. But make sure which permitted according to the halacha. If boy leans on a girl and that is not his wife, or even if it's his wife, and she's not clean, she's nida, he gets avera. You cannot make mitzvah with avera, so be careful with this stuff. Now, you drink from the first cup and you concentrate, I'm making mitzvah to drink my first cup. Out of how many cups?
4 cups.
4, thank you. Now let's go further. Urchatz, do we wash hands? Do we make a bracha or no? No, how do you wash hands? Regularly as if you eat bread or matzah? Yes, but you don't make bracha. What if you spoke by accident? You said, oh, come over here. Do you have to wash again? No, thank you. So now let's continue. We take a little bit of vegetable. Everyone does different celery, cress, whatever, wild cress. Everybody does different thing. You dip in the salt water. Has to be less than 20 grams. And you make bracha, and you have kavanah on the maror. So what do? You make borei pri'adama, you eat a little bit, and then yachatz. We take and we split the middle matzah. Then we'll go to Magid. Stop. This mitzvah is according to the Torah. Hashem said, "Ve'igata lebinecha vayom ha'u lemor." When you have matzah and maror on the table, you have to teach your son. We were slaves in Egypt, and Hashem took us out. And you start, when you hold matzah in your hands, you have to make sure everybody has matzah. Listen carefully. It really works when you believe. Rav Yosef says, until today we said how? Ha-lachma aniyah. In Bukhari house now they did ho-lachmo aniyah, right? From today, I'm giving you advice. Rav Yosef says, if you want to have a child, after you get married, you want to have babies, don't say ha-lachma, say he-lachma. When Yosef HaTzadik gave grain to Egyptians, he said, he-lachem zara, he-lachem zera. These should be seeds for you. When you say he-lachma aniyah, you will get bracha Be'ezrat Hashem. Those who are not married will get married, and will have banim zacharim zaldotel barach. Amen. So then you start he-lachma aniyah. This is poor bread. That our fathers ate in Egypt. Stop. What means lachmaniya? Poor bread. I don't understand. Is it poor bread or poor man's bread? Usually, how do you do bread? It's professional sitting here. I don't know why I'm talking about how to make challah bread, but I need some help. How do you make bread? You use water, and then flour, and then yeast, and then salt. 4 things. Here, matzah, how you do? Water and flour. Zero. It doesn't have 4 ingredients, only 2. Poor bread. And then poor man's bread. We were poor when we were eating in Egypt. But you know what? For how long? Let's look at the word lachma aniyah. Who knows Gimatria? Lamed is 30, Chet is 838. Mem 40, 78, Aleph is 1, 79. Ain 70, 149. Nun is 50, 199. Yud is 10, 209. And Aleph is 1, 210. Lachma aniyah, 210. 210 years in Egypt, we were eating this poor bread. Hey lachma aniyah, di achalo avatana. And then we continue. B'nei chorin. We talk about freedom. But what do we say over there? We say, any hungry man come to our house, any needy come to our house to eat. Why do we invite poor people? Why do we invite needy people? Because you should know one thing. Mashiach will come this time. Not Hashem will send him. The way Hashem sent Moshe Rabbeinu. It's through our actions. By us giving help and support. Give food, give money, support someone. Bringing culture. Smile to someone. Give phone call to someone. Cheer with nice words. Only through this way, Mashiach will come. I'll tell you one story and I'll conclude because there are 4 rabbis sitting here. That's not nice. Smart person learns his lessons from one tiny wake-up call. If you drive in your car and tire pops, stop for a second. Say, why it happened to me? Why it happened to me? Not smart person says, it's okay, there was a nail, big deal, forget about it. And then his roof leaks. And then suddenly he gets sick. Then he goes to the hospital. Hashem says, listen, how many signs I can give you? But smart person, something small, so stop. I have to make the teshuvah. I have to fix my ways. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. So there was a mashal. Was Paro smart? Paro was not smart. If Paro would be smart, he wouldn't wait until he gets 10 plagues on him. There was a king. He had a brother. His brother said to another, listen, in 2 weeks, we're coming to your house as guests. Prepare yourself. So he sent his servant, said, $10,000, make nice shopping. The servant was cheap. He came to the marketplace and said, how much fish? They said, $50 a pound. They said, buy them, Corona. There's no products, everything expensive. So he said, listen, give me yesterday's fish. He said, $35. No, too much, 2 days ago. Older. He said, okay, I know what? $15. Oh, okay, give me 20 pounds, but it might be smells, who cares? So he buys 20 pounds. Now he made all the shopping. He comes and smells the fish on the table. Now king with his relatives, family, and brother, as he began eating fishes, your name is king. And the fish smell. You're not embarrassed? He says, don't tell me it smells. It smells. Oh my God. He called the servant in public and said, come over here. Can you explain to me why the fish smells? He said, I'm sorry, man, I was buying. I didn't pay attention. I didn't put my attention to make proper shopping. King said, you did shopping without proper attention to me. He said, there's 3 types of punishments. Or you will eat everything yourself, or you will pay for it, or you will get 20 lashes on your back. He was cheap. He said, what? I'm going to eat it. I'm going to pay for it. As he ate one whole fish, his inside began smelling. So he said, you know what, give me 20 lashes. He got 15, he fainted. He said, you know what, I'll pay for everything. A person's not smart, ruins his stomach, breaks his back, and pays with his money. When you're smart, Hashem gives slight hint, make teshuvah, fix your way, and go on. You should know one thing. If within 3 months, all of you sitting here, you're not engaged, those who are married, Hashem should give you Eiluf Vashnama, Banim Zacharim La'adotei Barach. Those who are not, if you're not engaged within 3 months, ask yourself for 1 second. I did go to Shiur. I had the best Pesach Seder. I did everything. So what happened? Maybe in my highway, there's something blocking, and I have to make proper teshuvah. Speak to Hashem, one-on-one. Clean your highway, and then you will send an invitation to Rav Akilov to come to your weddings. Baruch Adonai Le'olam.